Hi, it's Chris from Crisscrossing at Rainbow Bridge. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am having an experience that I want to share with people because I think it's so easy for us to show the polished version because that's what you want everybody to see. Um, but let's be real, even though some of us might be quite good at making things look pretty, um, there's also challenges that some of us face. And it doesn't have to do with cleanliness at all. It's more having to do with making all of these little micro decisions and just feeling like you find a place where you cannot make any more decisions and you get decision fatigue. And then you just kind of throw everything all together in the corner and leave it there for however long. And then you make efforts as you work through, you make efforts to clean this little pile or clean that little pile, but ultimately you're just moving piles from one place to another. And that's, what happened when I moved into this place. It started off basically only holding the things that I really wanted here. And then, as I continued to empty out the old place, I thought that, well, I don't know what I thought. I suppose, in my Pollyanna way, I was hoping that perhaps what might happen would be that myself and the nesting partner that I had cohabitated with since 2008 would take turns and take, different loads of things either to the dump or to the donation pile or to storage. And eventually we would both empty everything out and deal with everything. And what happened instead was that I ended up with the majority of the stuff from that condo. And I did not want that to happen, but I also felt like I was under pressure because the time was ticking down. There was a time limit that needed to be adhered to. And so I was the one showing up again and again and again. And I'm not saying that my previous nesting partner never showed up at all, but he sure as hell barely did. He really barely did. I think he went there maybe twice um, after he got his new place's keys and such. So now here I am, and this is what it looks like where I live. Usually, um, I do at least make an effort to keep the kitchen area uncluttered. This is just kind of like an example of what happens when I just get tired and I have to go to bed. And I literally just throw the towel in because I don't have the energy to properly pick things up. I am proud of myself though, because last night I got these curtains up. They are slightly unaligned and I don't really care. I'm not going to fix it. I don't care. And I got these curtains up as well. That's actually a really big deal for me because the morning light here is very bright, and it would be so bright that I almost couldn't be in the kitchen at all. And when I did move in originally, all of this was empty. The only thing that was in here is that big glass table that's now covered with crap, and this desk here, which I put up. Now, if I do my best to see this space empty, I can imagine it. I really can. And it sucks because there are certain parts of my spiritual practices that are negatively impacted by this because there needs to be clear sight to the front door and there's not. So one step at a time, it got more and more full. I had a cabinet here against this wall that had shelving units on it, and I dismantled it because I tried to move it upstairs in its totality and it wouldn't fit. It literally wouldn't fit on the stairs because the top of the cabinet was hitting this portion of the ceiling here and I couldn't get it through to put it upstairs. So instead, I just dismantled the whole thing. I was going to try to take it apart piece by piece and move it up, in parts, but that didn't work because I just got mad. This thing here was something that I bought off of Temu that I used to have over my kitchen sink, but it became very, very clear to me pretty quickly that it was not functional and it was just making it feel very cluttered and crowded. And it might seem worse now, but it's not. So these things all need to be dealt with. And I love the idea of, oh my goodness, I know her name. I'll see if I can link her page in the description. A lady that I've been watching sometimes that does like do-it-yourself home improvements and like how to declutter your house in a day and, the 5-minute cleanup type thing. I love her work. She's incredible. And I've been trying to do that in part, but I'm also noticing that there's a fairly large part of me that's just tired. And every time that I go to one corner to try to move things or arrange things, I realize that in order to do that, I have to do some other corner. And it's just, I'm really struggling with this right now. And so I'm sharing this with you because I think it's important that, even if I am the entrepreneur, even if I am the therapist, which I am, I'm also a person. And sometimes I have, challenges in my private life. And this is one of those challenges. And I think it's funny that so many of us, we want you to be able to see the finished product, but we don't show you how we got there. And so I really originally wanted to be able to show a video, probably like time-lapse type of a situation, of how I decorate this new place. And then this new place got full of all these things. And then now it's full of all these things. And one of the things that was stopping me from making that time-lapse video was the fact that I couldn't find the things that I needed to do that. So it's funny, I would cry, but I kind of can't right now. Not because I'm ashamed of crying, but just because, like, for some reason I can't access that. And I kind of wish that I could cry because I feel like it would probably help. So I think what I'll do is maybe figure out some way to make short 30-second videos or something that can show the progression. And so, like, this is just the downstairs. There's an upstairs as well. The upstairs is a lot less cluttered, and at least the boxes are like in one corner and items are more spread out. But, part of the problem that I'm having right now is that there are cabinets upstairs that need to be, there's beds and cabinets that need to be, put together. I forget the word. I know we all know the word when you need to put something together. It's the opposite of dismantle. Anyway, I need to put things together. And so because I haven't put those things together, it's put a block on all the rest of the things that need to be done as well, if that makes any sense. I was asking my fiance when visiting me yesterday, like, if this was your place, how would you decorate it? What would you make it look like? And I think the first and probably biggest step would be to get rid of this glass table here. This glass table is probably about 5.5 to 6 feet long and at least 3 or something feet wide. It's pretty big. And back to the emotional and psychological reasons as to why we make certain decisions, with or without decision fatigue. I kept this table because I got it for a bargain. And originally I was going to put it in storage, and then I realized that I don't even really know why I decided to put it here. I thought that maybe the room was bigger than I originally imagined it to be, and so I had them put it here instead of storage, and now it's kind of become the bane of my existence because I repeatedly clear it off and then cover it with stuff and then clear it off and then cover it with stuff. And then we have, like the tools and the cleaning supplies. Frankly, the majority of the stuff in this kitchen is cleaning supplies and tools, and that's covering my kitchen floor. Then I have this cabinet that all of the green plants on it. That was just supposed to be a temporary place until I figure out what to do next. So that is a cabinet that can be used for whatever, and that's fine. And then in my bedroom, we've got a similar-ish type of a situation where I believe that the heart of this bedroom is in the closet. And the closet is it's got racks to hang clothing on. And there are things in here that I've decided to just not deal with for right now. And all of these clothing on the bed are the items that I just yanked out of the closet to try to see what's what. And that box in the corner underneath the gender neutral rainbow unicorn donkey friend is full of shoes. And that cabinet, that rack over there is big enough for all of those shoes. So like there's all these different things, and like this here, this is a cabinet that I thought I would put here for bedding. I don't know, just general basic stuff. And so it's like it's all stuff that I don't know what to do with what, I guess. So this cabinet here, I originally brought it over because I wanted to use it for a book cabinet. But then I realized, as I was listening to that YouTuber lady that's talking about how to organize your space, she was saying, you use your space with zones in such a way that it fits naturally to you. It doesn't matter if it's a natural fit to other people. It's just like, is this functional for your family, for your life? So I left it right there for now because that's going to be my laundry supply area, my laundry supply cabinet. And once I get things the right way, I'm going to use that for my laundry soap and such. And then this right here, I had put the majority of this stuff into my truck, or my SUV. And then I took a long time and a lot of work getting it into my house. And now it's here. But I have no clue what I'm supposed to do with it. So I think I'm either going to throw it all away or put it all in storage. And then that will clear up this space here. And then those two boxes in the corner are two cabinetry type things. Once they're built, they can be used, in whatever space they're needed. But I think maybe before I even put them together, I'm just going to see if I can use, and if I don't need them, then I'll just put them in storage. So anyway, I don't even know if I'll post this entire video. I might have to break it up into smaller pieces. But this is where the sausage is made, and I think I didn't even include the upstairs just because it's a whole new area that we can explore later. So I hope this helps somebody in some way. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the fact that you're here. And I want you to remember to take care of yourselves and take care of each other because I love you. Bye for now.